we migrated away. White people, whatever, migrated away from the equator. That seems like a solid story, right? Would you agree?
Well, as an evolutionary psychologist, we have to study a lot of evolutionary biology and heritage and stuff like that. So I would not. On one end, I have a cognitive dissonance to tell you, no, I don't believe that, because I believe in a totally other woo-woo side, which is very contradictive of my degrees. On the other end, on this three-dimensional world,
I would never.
Correct.
Steph, I would never take anybody's dignity away from them. Can we agree on that? Like that we're human beings and we're afforded our dignity. I would never do that, but that is.
I mean, let me slow down. Let's just put it in some terms here. Would I never is a very definitive word to say that I don't believe I ever have intentionally done that. Would I ever do it? I don't know if I would. I hope I would not. My intention is not to do that, but do I ever know if, shit comes to shit and I'm me versus them? I was in the Marine Corps for 15 years, but what I'm saying is that, I can't say I would never because it's too definitive a word, but I can say that I intentfully would hope that I would never do that, if that makes sense.
Can I make fun of us right now?
Yes, that's the best way. That's the truth.
Hey, everyone, welcome to another edition of Comedians, Stupid People on Clubhouse, especially the names Sasha and Steph. The names that start with S are absolutely retarded. Rebrand, refocus.
I would like to ask, so when I joined the room, comedian was giving you shit about something, and I missed it. Comedian, can you please tell me? Please tell us.
This comedian is a fucking hard nut to crack. Okay,
welcome to the club. Welcome to the club.
Broadcasts material from Clubhouse, and he's got his own followers on YouTube.
Heart AI. Is that what you are? Because that's super cool.
No, but I really like him. I think he's a fucking solid guy. But, explaining to him that he's a solid guy is, really hard for him to accept.
You don't accept compliments well.
He doesn't. He doesn't really he doesn't know
Don't let me analyze you on that.
Yeah.
You hear the chickens?
Okay. Anyhow, okay. I wanted to do, a fucking meme of his show because... that he just rebroadcasts and he does that, so I wanted to fucking cock block it because I'm not a fool and neither are you. But I love him.
Welcome back to another exciting episode of Low IQ Dumb People talking about nothing on a Saturday evening.
There we go. And then maybe he's got a fucking 1,000 people watching. It's okay. Or 10. It's good. Steph, thank you so much for coming into the room that I set up for us. It probably won't take off, but I really did enjoy having conversations with you.
I mean, with that attitude, it probably won't, but I'm in a chicken coop, basically, using aerosol glue to hang this fucking wallpaper, so anything could fucking happen here,
That's right. That's right. That's right. Have a spirit of adventure.
Oh my God, this stuff is strong smelling. This is going to give me a headache or get me high. I don't know. No, chickens! I can't go out the door. Sorry, I can't believe myself.
I can't believe you only had chickens for 2 months. It's amazing.
I know, it's amazing to me. It's amazing to me that, they're still alive.
You get
what?
eggs?
Oh no, they're not even fully 2 months old. I think it's gonna take until they're 4 months old.
What?
They just moved them outside.
Do you have coyotes?
I mean, I live in Michigan, and I actually live really. I have wild turkeys and weird shit going on. But right now, I can tell you that everything I'm learning is off YouTube. So far, they're still alive, right?
It's springtime in Michigan, right? You could
call it spring, but it's getting there. Like yesterday it was 70, but last week it snowed today, and today it's like in the 50s. So we're almost considered spring. I mean, I did put a lot of my stuff, already transplanted it to my garden because I have an indoor greenhouse. But
Are you middle-aged?
this shit works, man, and I got it all over me. I gotta mute myself because I have glue on my hands now. So.
Are you middle-aged like I am?
I'm 41 years old, and I plan to live to be 120. And I don't plan on dying because I'll be buried as a tree, so therefore my life will continue on.
No wonder why.
Or I'm gonna be an android, which would be okay too. So.
Yeah. Do you find it difficult to interface with like 20-year-olds and like 30-year-olds and stuff? I do.
No. Let me hold on. I'm gonna probably get out of the chicken coop while I tell you. So also, like I said, I'm an evolutionary psychologist, but I'm also a behavioral psychologist too, and I'm working on another graduate degree. But anyway, before that, I was in the Marine Corps 15 years, so I have a lot of experience working with children and people who need crayons. And anyway, now surprisingly, in this chapter of my life, suddenly one of my jobs is I'm a part-time where I teach art therapy classes to elementary school students, and which has been great because I used to not believe I could ever actually connect with children. I had an issue emotionally connecting with my own children for a long time because, conditions in the Marine Corps. Oh my God, do you really want to know that one? Because that's a whole nother fucking room, Sasha. So I have 2 adopted children. One of them is 27. She has 4 babies. I have another adopted son. I got Caitlin when she was 16. Her mother had passed away. She's my best friend in the Marine Corps. That's the one that has the 4 babies now. And she's 27. And then I got Jesse when he was 11 and I was in my early 20s. He was actually my stepson in my first marriage, and I adopted him, but he died when he was 18. And then I had Tyler Christian, but he died when he was 3 months old in the NICU. And then I had Tyler Ronan. He was also premature, but he has turned 17 2 days ago, and he's awesome. And then I have my daughter, Annalie. She's 11 and does a very strange relationship with me and her because, that's a complicated story. And then I have 2 stepchildren now. That is 13 turning 14 and a 10-year-old. No, I'm not. I'll get there. And then I did have 2 other stepdaughters in my second marriage I was close to. And technically, because my adopted daughter, Caitlin, she has 4 babies, I mean, legally I would be a grandmother, but we don't say that because I'm CC and there's no fucking way a 41-year-old would have 4 baby grandchildren. What? That's crazy, right? And I didn't give birth to Caitlin. I got her when she was 16. So that's weird. But as far as nurturing, no, that has not been a thing for me for many years. There's a whole story behind that. Well, probably there's not a whole story. Just honestly, the universe kept giving me children in a situation where I never wanted to be a mother, and I didn't think I was very good at it. I was very good at being a Marine. I was very good at being a ruthless stuff with no heart. And unfortunately, I had 5 combat tours, and being a Marine just doesn't seem to be very supportive to having a marriage or being a mother. Just doesn't compute very well, if that makes sense. So I failed at those couple things for a while, and for a long time, even when custody changed after my second divorce, things. I wasn't very nurturing in a way that a mother would. I was present, but I wasn't present. Does that make sense? I was there. I got to do this. I got to do that. I wasn't really there. Yeah. But things changed, and after my second graduate school, and then I started gardening, and which is another whole story. No one would even recognize me gardening.
I started doing it.
I mean, it's the weirdest shit. You couldn't pay me to cut grass.
It's
I was 36 years old, and I was like, dude, I never cut grass on my own. I mean, I'm being serious. I never cut grass, and I was like, why do I need to learn to cut grass? It wasn't essential to my survival all this time. I either lived in a home that somebody cut the fucking grass for me, I paid somebody, or my husband did it. So why do I need to learn how to cut grass? But then I was in a situation where I didn't like how the people cut my grass, and the guy that is now my third husband, I moved into his house before we got married. And so mine, well, anyway, he had these ugly ferns, and I just couldn't stand the ferns, and I ripped them out. Next thing I know, 5-6 years later, here I am. And I mean, I'm really good at gardening. So that's where we're at. Anyway, long story short.
How many years did it take you?
Well, the gardening thing, I mean, how it pretty instantaneously did I fall in love with it, but I also was
5-6 years.
I mean, to be good at it, I wouldn't say. I mean, it probably took me about 2 years to really like watch a lot of YouTube, and but about being a parent, is that I wasn't always nurturing. I kind of convinced myself. They're both very intertwined. That's why I bring it up. They're intertwined. So when custody changed after my second divorce,
I agree.
I struggled to this point in my life where, like, okay, I'm not in the Marine Corps anymore. That kind of mentality no longer serves. Now I have these degrees in psychology. I'm more aware, but my children weren't around me. I only had them like part times of the year, summers, holidays type thing, and I had a void for a while. So gardening came in my life. I'm almost done. And I'll tell you, and I'll let you. What I'm saying is you asked me. You said I was nurturing. That's my life changed. I never thought I was nurturing. Then suddenly I found it within gardening, and then something happened with me and my son where I found myself being actually present and nurturing, and something I never expected inside me where I felt like a mother and felt present that I had convinced myself that I wasn't capable of, because I was like, why did the universe keep giving me fucking kids? I suck at it. I keep failing at it. The next thing I know, I started realizing maybe I could be. And then suddenly now I love being around kids, and I love being nurturing, and I can't say I'm good at it. Some people like to tell me I'm good at it. I mean, people pay me to actually be good at like teaching them how to be a better parent now, which is fucking weird. But long story short, who I am today, I would say I'm nurturing. But to say that I always was, no. That's where I end my story. And now I got to glue up my hands. Okay, now tell me what you were going to interrupt me and tell me, because I don't mind.
Okay, this is what I was going to say. I'm a silent observer a lot of the times, and I take time to assess people and to see if they're full of shit. And I've asked you a series of questions in the last couple hours, and you always have the right answer. So it's really
suspicious. That would be suspicious, huh?
No, I know you're a real person. I know.
Oh, thank you.
That's
that actually. That's a real compliment. That's a real compliment. I suck at compliments, comedian, so I feel you. So that's a real compliment. I actually really thank you for saying that.
Let me finish it, okay? I get excited like you do. You know, I want to talk. But I'm very discerning as a person. Like I can fucking smell a fart in the wind, like very readily. And all of the battery of questions that I've given you, they're very subversive. You probably didn't even know them. You probably didn't even know that you were being tested. But you were being tested by me, and you have not. You passed. You passed.
Okay.
It's very strange. You know, I'm just giving you a big compliment right now. That's all.
I really appreciate it, and I hate that my phone cut out for 10 seconds of it, because I was like, oh man, I passed the test. I didn't even know I was taking it, because like I have really bad test anxiety. So if you would have told me, I probably would have failed. But that really is a really great compliment. I was actually speaking to a friend of mine how I suck at taking compliments, and I'm working on that. But she laid it out for me that when you're being authentic and you're being real, part of receiving compliments is kind of like Are they complimenting you, one of your masks that you're showing that you want them to know about you? Are they complimenting that? Because that's hard to take for most people. But if you're being real and authentic, it's a lot easier to take a compliment because
I don't remember if you're against or not.
What?
Nobody on this app
I don't have
to say shit about me for me to even care.
Mom.
You're obviously triggered because you got.
Welcome back to another exciting episode of Low IQ Dumb People talking about nothing, wasting all their time. On a beautiful Saturday evening, I give you the dumbest people in Clown House.
It says on the internet that Shira is the brightest star in the night
Yes, so
sky.
the Quran mentions that Shira, she's the brightest stars.
Serious.
According to some interpreters of the Quran, that refers to Sirius in astronomy. So I guess you could make the case here.
Yeah. Thanks for being honest.
I mean, but that's nothing, bro. Like, literally,
But
I mean, you don't have to tell me you don't believe it. I don't care.
it's not about
You don't have to
believing.
believe it, bruh. It's on you.
Dude,
I don't
the fact
care.
The
I
fact that
gave
you
it
are-
to you. You rejected it. You have to answer for that. It's
Okay,
not
so
on me.
let's make a case though. Like, literally, I was looking at another thing that you said, which is, I mean, I think it was
I wanted to make the other point about like the thing you said about like 8.3. That's like equivalent to me asking how many times is cow mentioned in the Quran. Cow is mentioned in the Quran 9 times. Well, in McDonald's, a Big Mac costs $9. How could Muhammad possibly have known that?
Or it's $90.
God knew.
You have to multiply that. $90.
That's like the kind of like argument they can keep in.
But by the same
This
logic,
is a very thing that
if
happens also.
Big Mac cost $9 and Aisha was 9 years old, how could the Prophet have known that?
Yeah, I don't know who Aisha is. Aisha's not found in the Quran. If you could find her,
There was a Zen student who quoted an old Buddhist poem to his teacher, which says, "The voices of torrents are from one great tongue. The lines of the hills are the pure body of Buddha." "Isn't that right?" he said to the teacher. "It is," said the teacher, "but it's a pity to say so. It would be, of course, much better if this occasion were celebrated with no talk at all, and if I addressed you in the manner of the ancient teachers of Zen. I should hit the microphone with my fan and leave. Because Zen is a way of life, a state of being that is not possible to embrace in any concept whatsoever. So that any